All right, you guys, welcome back to Movie Minds, where you can find a bunch of stuff about movies, I guess. Sure. Yeah. We love talking about movies. We're going to get into this special edition of Movie Minds. We're going to talk about our top 3 movies, tearjerker movies that made us cry. And this is literally, okay, guys, this is actual. And we're going to say a little story behind it, I think, or at least I am.
Okay, go for it.
Top three.
Yeah, we wanted to go ahead and create some content for you guys that you guys could look back and say, man, I really want a good cry. And just look at these top 3 that we have, and you let us know if that makes you cry.
And before we get into them, guys, if you guys want to know a trick, very therapeutic trick that helps you like really get in line with your thoughts a lot, watch a sad movie and it'll get it out, man. You'll feel better afterward too. So sometimes I just go
everyone needs
YouTube.
a good cry.
I go on YouTube literally sometimes just to go watch those videos. Like, oh man, dude. Get all convicted.
We were at a conference last year, and they were talking about how crying is the soul's way of pooping.
That's great.
And so guys, you know what? We all need a little cry here and there. So this is our top 3.
Our top 3. Okay, I'm gonna start. Can I start?
Go for it.
All right, here we go. My top number 3. I put some thought into it, but it's just right away the ones that came to mind to me that made me cry. This movie. Oh my goodness, man. This movie made me cry so much.
Yeah.
Armageddon. Armageddon is my number 3. I'm going to say that I'm not going to close my eyes. Anyway, guys, the scene where Bruce Willis, Harry Stamper, has to stay back and press the button to destroy.
I'm sorry, man.
The asteroid.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll tell you what. The daughter's back, NASA. They have this little spew.
Yeah.
Daddy, please come back. Sorry, daughter, I gotta stay and be a man and press the button to destroy this.
Yeah.
And that interaction, guys, wow. It made me bawl. I was like a little girl. And back then, I don't know what year did it come out?
Oh, man, I don't remember right now.
I was definitely in my teens, I believe. And so
99.
I was crying like a little girl. And yeah, that's my number 3. That movie's great, guys. Go back. That ending, they did it great. The music, I don't know what it did to me, but it was sad.
You know what? I do remember that movie. Of course, it's so rewatchable, and of course,
super rewatchable.
But I don't remember ever crying in that scene. Like I really did like it. I love the movie, but it's just one of those things that just never really connected with me.
Yeah, well, and also because you have no heart or spirit.
Oh yeah. I really don't care about people or space or asteroids being destroyed. So I want to cheat a little bit. I'm going to give you 2 films because one of them you guys are not going to believe me, or like you might not even connect with it. But this is one of the films that really made me cry the most, and I need to say it. And then the second one, I'll just.
So wait, you don't have top 3. You have top 2.
I have top 3, but number 3 is tied with 2.
I see.
Okay. So really quick. Okay. So the one that I want to talk about the most is Legends of the Fall.
Okay.
With Brad Pitt.
I saw that. It made me cry.
Yeah. It was directed by Edward Zwick, and it has so many people: Anthony Hopkins, Julia Armand, Henry Thomas, and so many other people. Yeah. Brad Pitt's performance in the whole film, amazing.
Great.
Right. I mean, it's one of my favorites. The whole part when he loses his wife, that was heartbreaking knowing how much, and then the suffering that he went through after that.
That's a hard one, dude. Yes. It made me cry a lot.
Dude, I did. And I was, what year did this come out on?
That's probably like a 90s movie, dude.
Dude, this 94, dude. Yeah. I was a little bit, I'm pretty sure I was like over 10 years old, 12 years old,
that
13.
Movie
I cried.
Really
I cried when I was 13. I didn't care about the world. I was getting high and just, talking to girls a lot. That's what I was doing. And dude, this movie really connected with me a lot. So I wanted to give that one. The second one, which just happened like 2 years ago, which is The Last Jedi. I know I always bring this thing up. I always bring it up. I know. But this movie is the movie that has made me cry the most the first time I ever watch it.
Got it.
Now watching it doesn't really pull my heartstrings, but because of me seeing everyone
The Yoda
back,
scene was
the
great.
Yoda scene, the Mark Hamill and the R2D2 scene,
Even the Leia one.
the Leia one was amazing, dude. Like it really did make me cry more than 3 times.
You felt like you were back there.
Yeah, I was.
Back
It was
then.
amazing. I saw it with a bunch of people in a huge theater in the Chinese theater in LA. It was just amazing. Like my neighbors were crying. I don't care what you guys say, man. That movie is almost perfection. So I love that film. I'm just gonna keep that as number 3.
Dude, those 2 films I cried as well.
Yeah.
They're very, very good. So here we go with my number 2.
Yeah.
For WAV video. I got look, this movie, guys. I really, really had a hard time not putting it at number 1, but because that number 1 is crazy, right? But we'll get to that. This movie really inspires me, and if it's one movie that you want to go and watch over and over again, it's this movie.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, you want to cry for a good reason, and it makes you feel special, and it makes you feel encouraged and inspired, and all these great feelings. This movie will do that, and the movie is The Pursuit of Happiness. That movie is a masterpiece when it comes to film.
Yeah.
Will Smith. That's where you can really see that Will Smith ain't playing. He's not just a rapper. He's not just, I'm going to go and act in a movie where I can just be the, how I am. No, this guy showed you with that movie that he can do anything. He's Superman. That movie, the way that they give him the job at the end, the way that the struggle that he goes through with his son. He's like, yes, and he's just out when he got the job, and he's out with everyone. He became a stockbroker. He's going to be getting paid hundreds of thousands now yearly, where before he would only get paid like maybe 10, 15,000, whatever. Anyway, when this guy is in the bathroom, guys, with his son, and he has to put the toilet paper so that they can sleep. I was bawling.
Yeah, dude. I cried. I definitely cried a lot during that film, for sure.
I was like, dude, please, God, let this guy have a happy ending. Because if they don't, dude, I was gonna get upset. They put these people through struggle.
Yeah.
Even in their marriage and how it works and how, wow, dude, how people, and this is the real, there was so much realism to that movie.
For sure.
So when it got to the point where him and the son and the struggle to get to where he's at, and then you see his smarts, and then at the end when he's like,
oh man, so good.
Would you like to work here for us? And he's like, I was crying out. Dude, it was crazy, guys.
Yeah, you're an ugly crier, huh?
I'm an ugly crier. And that movie made me cry for probably the whole duration, maybe an hour even after it ended.
Yeah.
It was so emotional, but so uplifting, and
absolutely.
You feel like you could conquer the world after that movie. That is always on my playlist.
Yeah. It's a great one, man. I hope that I'm going to compare it to something, and I hope it's not on your list. Okay. It's not on mine. It should be there, but it's not there.
Okay.
It reminds me of The Pianist a lot.
Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Dude, that film. Oh my gosh. That's amazing stuff, dude.
It's a great film, dude. It's also very, very sad.
Yeah, it's sad, and but it's a great journey. For me, the second one is A Star Is Born.
Ooh,
with Bradley Cooper, directors, debuting as a director. Lady Gaga, which did amazing. Dave Chappelle. Sam Elliott.
The great Sam Elliott.
Yes. This film came out in 2018, and did it win? Bradley Cooper, I believe, won Best Director, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for among the Best Picture actor, Bradley Cooper, Best Actress Lady Gaga as well. Just a ton.
What is the part that makes you cry though in this movie? I know there is.
So there are two parts, and they're very different from each other. The first one is the scene where she's coming on stage for the very first time, and she just was a guest. And Bradley Cooper's character plays a song that they wrote together. She wrote and then he completed, and he's like, you know, playing, and it was just a grand, you know, experience in the in the movies. There are very few musical numbers in the movie theater that I truly remember how I felt, what was the emotion behind it, and the power that was behind the idea of the film, of the scene. That idea of him playing it for her and then inviting her, and her kind of like struggling to accept that, you know, this is actually happening to me, like her thinking that she's not good enough, that she's just not worth it or worth the opportunity, all these insecurities coming out and fighting against her, and her just breaking through to actually accepting the role that, you know, Bradley Cooper opened up for her, and her just singing her heart out and just doing her very best. And the power of the song, which won a Grammy, was just amazing. Shallow. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. Sometimes like the very first few times I started listening to that song, I would get emotional about it because I remembered
I love that song.
That part of how I felt within the scene.
Oh wow, that's great.
Amazing stuff. And it's not a sad moment, but it's a triumphant moment.
Yeah.
And man, for me, it made me cry. The second time was when
I bawled.
When she
get like that with that, but that scene.
And that scene where, you know, if you haven't seen it, you know, something happens towards the end. You want to go ahead and see it. It's a remake, and there's different versions of this movie, but you know, she loses, you know, him, and the way it happens, and just, you know, it's heartbreaking.
And I think it's a development in what Bradley Cooper, a testament to Bradley Cooper of being able to develop that character to where it went and why, and you understand why.
Yes.
And I mean, it still makes you sad as to why he does it.
Absolutely.
But it's, man, dude,
guys, that's a great too. This film is amazing, and it's one of my favorite ones. Like I would have to say that this is probably on my top 50, 20. You know, I would have to really think about it of all time. Yeah. This is up there for me, and it's an amazing film. Yeah.
That's, dude, great number 2.
Yeah,
number 1 for me. Guys, there's just no way to put it. I have to make this a number 1 because of I just remember the impact. Wow, dude, the impact that this movie gave me, especially going into this film. Outside, there was people picketing about the film, and it was really interesting that that was the first time that I ever got exposed to like people doing something like that for something creative that was made. Number 3 is Passion of the Christ with Jim Caviezel, directed by Mel Gibson. What can I say, guys? It's the story of Jesus. You know, I'm a very faithful man. Try to be as faithful as I can to God, and that's not the reason why, because I'm this or whatever. It's just this movie changed me when I saw it, and just remember a lot of the scenes were really graphic, but I just remember really like feeling for him. And that was like the really first time that I was like, wow, dude, they really like portrayed Jesus in like the best way that they could. And it was so sad. It was so hard to watch. And it's, as you can see, it was really hard to watch that movie. And I still watch it because I love it. And we do plays at our church, and so I always go back and watch the movie because it gives me different ideas, and it gives me just different ways of approaching these plays that we do. But it was such a sad movie, guys, with what happened with Jesus and how hard it was for him, and the direction of the movie was just so great. I mean, you could wow, he really took you there when they were especially in the parts where they're whipping him and they're breaking the skin, and it's just one of those it was one of the most bad Like, it was wow, guys. This movie is just it's just wow. And so it's my number one. It's my I can't even talk about it. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to do this. Just going back and remembering that. Wow. My number one, Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. I got to say, we're men of faith. I believe, in Jesus and what he did for us, and what happened in that film, the portrayal of him. It's really realistic. I mean, if anything, it's less than what actually happened. It was just a small depiction of him, of what he suffered. And it's one of those movies that I really don't like to visit because it's very hard to watch. Like my mom, I went to go watch it years, like when it came out, and me and my mom went, and my mom never goes to movies. So she wanted to go because she's a woman of faith as well. And she, wanted to watch it. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning because everyone was watching it and there was no tickets. So my mom and I went to a 1 a.m. viewing of The Passion of the Christ. And I've never seen my mom.
1 a.m., huh?
I've never seen my mom go through a movie like that. Never. Wow. And she totally was a champ, and she did it. And it was really hard for me. I think I watched it one more time after that at home, and I was still very young. I don't know what would happen to me right now if I would watch that. I think it would be very difficult for me to watch it. And many people have different aspects of, perspectives on the film, but for me,
that's what they were picketing outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
They didn't agree that we should be.
Yeah, but absolutely. And so, and everyone's has their right to do whatever, right?
Absolutely.
And as far as we are too, I mean, we're men of faith, and we believe in Christ. And so I definitely agree on that one. I really connect with that one, and I'm glad you brought it up because I can't even watch the film. So
it's hard. Cool. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm so used to watching it, dude.
Yeah.
Because I have to go back and reference it a lot.
Yeah.
And so
that's one of those films I need to watch again. I can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah, dude. Mel Gibson working on the Resurrection. It's gonna be amazing.
That's great.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But that's my number. That's my number one. My number one.
That's dope.
Sorry for crying, guys. I'm telling you, I'm a big wimp.
I'm really glad that you brought that up. So my number one is not as realistic as yours, but it hits my heartstrings because of my dog Duke. And I wish he was here, but you guys have seen him, and Marley and Me really brings up a real soft spot for me. If you guys seen that movie, it's a lot of joy at the beginning, a lot of things, really
Jennifer Aniston,
awesome.
Owen Wilson.
Yes, they did amazing work together. Very, very believable, like real relatable couple, right?
Yeah.
And just the transition from Marley the dog and just moving on to just different aspects of life. And, at the very end, we lose the dog, and it's heartbreaking, man. Like the first time I watched, and I wasn't a dog owner during that time. So I haven't watched it since I was a dog owner because I don't think I could handle it right now because it really, I don't think I can.
I don't want to watch it either
because I have Duke, and I've never had the ability to love an animal the way I love him. And now watching Marley and Me, I could just see how crazy depressed I would be during that time.
I don't want to watch it either,
during that moment.
I wouldn't want to watch it.
And so if you're a dog lover and you want to appreciate, who you have in your life and or the companion that, maybe God has given you, you might want to check out Marley and Me to be reminded how you should treat your dog and your animals well. So that's my number one.
Yeah, Marley and Me was great, dude. I remember watching it. I remember it making me cry. Obviously, the dog, and what happens with the dog. Anytime, look at what happened in John Wick. They killed the dog.
Oh yeah,
and I was really, really sad. But an honorable mention that I want to do it, and that's our whole show. But an honorable mention that I just remembered also the movie Alive, guys. If you guys ever have a chance to watch it.
Oh yeah, that's a great the
airplane movie.
Airplane
and it's a true story. Yeah. It's a true story. It's called Alive. It's crazy.
Dude,
but,
I grew up watching
God,
that on Fox.
Yeah,
like
man.
The reruns.
I would cry all the time with that movie, and it's not an easy watch for me to watch because it's hardship, but it's a great movie to cry to. Yeah, man. That's our three. So mine are Armageddon. I went from one place to another, right? Armageddon. My number 2, Pursuit of Happiness.
Amazing.
Oh my God, guys, go and put that on your phone somewhere.
You gotta watch it.
Always have it on there, dude. It's a way to encourage yourself.
Absolutely.
And then the number 1, the mecca of films for me that make me cry is
it's a masterpiece.
Passion of Christ.
Masterpiece for sure.
And you?
All right, and mine was The Last Jedi, The Legend of the Fall, Brad Pitt, A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and Marley and Me with Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson.
But whatever we think, we want to know what you guys think.
Yes.
Drop your comment down below and let us know what you guys think. Please subscribe, press the like button. And again, you guys, we thank you so much for clicking that like button and for even just watching you guys and subscribing. We're super grateful for it.
Absolutely.
And
stay movie minded.